Hey, what's up? It's Aaryn. Um, I'm gonna try to speak up, but not too loud because I don't want my neighbors to overhear me. I'm Trankston, really bad, and just generally feeling sorry for myself, which I know is not really good for me. Neither is this. Yeah, our good friend dysphoria, and the social dysphoria has chilled a lot, with the exception of my voice. Because I pretty much pass most of the time now if I don't have to speak much. Just general passing down the street or quick stranger interactions. My voice still really bothers me, but it doesn't always give me away. I even when I have to speak a few sentences, sometimes it doesn't give me away. I guess I sound like a gay guy, which is cool. And speaking of, Al and I actually went to a gay bar by our, like, really close to our house. We didn't even know it was there. But we went last weekend and it was a good time. Um but yeah, I'm fairly certain I completely passed as male. I didn't get hit on by any girls. Um, and like at one point, this guy came over and like danced with me for a while and was all like he had no idea. Just completely assumed I was male. He was all like telling me I'm cute and shit. That was a confidence booster. Um, Luckily, it was a club and it was loud and there was really no talking going on. Otherwise, it might have given me away. But anyway, so the social dysphoria has gotten better, but the physical has gotten so much worse. And actually, like, my chest isn't actually not as bad. The chest dysphoria is not as bad as it used to be. I think I've been passing. I mean, I've been binding every day, almost every day now for about 7 months. And plus, just losing weight um, and whatever, working out seems to have also made binding a little easier. So that hasn't been getting to me as much, but at the same time, I still haven't, like, I started binding every day back in October, and it's now May, and I haven't yet had to deal with a summer in a binder. At least not, like, every day consistently. And, like, it's hot here, and it's already really fucking driving me nuts. Like, the thing is, it's hot and it's sticky, and like I feel like I can't enjoy myself when I'm out because all I can think is like, oh my god, it's so hot in this binder. Like, I can't wait for a breeze to come by. But even that said, it even is still really not as bad as it was. And especially because I know that I will eventually be able to do something about it. But the bottom dysphoria, that penis envy, has gotten way worse. And it's just been really fucking me up the last few days. And it's awkward to talk about, but my YouTube channel, and that's why I made it, was to talk about these awkward, uncomfortable things. And, I guess it's all part of the process of transitioning. And I don't know, I'm rambling, but I think that's kind of what I needed, was just to ramble. I can get over everything else about being trans. I can get over, I can accept everything else. It's not it doesn't bother me that much. Like, you know, I can get over, you know, having to take shots the rest of my life and having to have chest surgery, and I can get over, you know, that I didn't have a boy's childhood like I should have. I can accept everything else. And I would do it all twice if I didn't have to deal with this one thing. I would go through everything else 2, 3 times over to not have to deal with not being born with a penis. And it's just not fucking fair. Like, the other stuff I know will eventually change, you know, and I guess that's why it doesn't get to me as much. Like, you know, my voice will eventually drop. I will eventually get facial hair. You know, I will eventually have a more male stature. You know, if, like, I don't really look at my chest, but if I happen to see it, if I happen to notice it, it doesn't fuck me up so much anymore because I just remind myself that it's temporary, you know, that, I mean, honestly, I kind of get happy about it. I'm like, I know they're going to be gone. It's probably going to take me a long time to save the money, but they are not going to be there forever. And cock envy is another story. And it's just, it gets me so fucking angry. You know, like, I'm just so fucking frustrated and just, like, pissed off about it. Like, I try not to, you know, typically think too much on it, but, like, it's just fucking pissing me off these last few days, you know? And, like, I fear that when I do eventually get chest surgery, that it's going to make the bottom dysphoria worse. And I'm just, you know, I'm like, packing helps, but not always, you know? Sometimes it makes things worse, I feel like. Sometimes it's, you know, just a reminder that I have to have something there, that I have to put something there, you know? So it's not always helpful. And, like, I tried an STP for, like, 2 weeks, and fuck it. It just made shit worse. It was so, like when I want to take a piss, I just go take a piss and get the fuck out. You know, like, I just go do my thing and leave. I don't like to spend a lot of time in there. And I feel like the STP made it worse. Like, it was such a pain in the ass to use. I couldn't just go do my thing and get out. Like, I had to, like, it was like a project, you know, just to take a piss. It was like a science project every time, and I don't want to have to think that much about it. I just want it to be over with. You know, and so it made it like this science project, you know, and it just wasn't worth it. I don't know. I told you this was going to be rambly. I needed to vent because I kind of fucking hate life right now, honestly. And, like, you know, I'm trying to see it from a different perspective and, you know, look at it as, like, you know, this is, you know, my version of a male body. You know, I just am a guy who has a body that happens to look different from most guys, you know? You know, it's a male body that just happens to have different stuff going on down there, but, like, as much as when I say and hear these things, as much as I agree with them, as much as I, you know, agree with the whole gender, you know, queer theory, politics, it's really fucking hard to try and take it to heart, because I don't feel it. I don't feel the ability to own that or embrace that. You know, and I'm especially just so frustrated not being on T and knowing that, like, I'm ready to start yesterday. You know, and at least the changes from that, like, I'll take it. You know what I mean? Like, it sounds, that even sounds infinitely better than what I have to deal with right now. You know, and like, it just, I don't know. It's just affecting me in like every way right now. You know, I have, my sex drive is pretty much nil, which sucks for me because I like having sex. I like to have a lot of sex. I like to have awesome sex. And lately I don't want to have any sex. And I just, or when I do want to, this shit gets in the way. This dysphoria gets in the way. And it just doesn't end well. And, you know, I'm so, like, got this, like, serious resentment kicking in of cis guys. You know, I see a guy walking down the street, especially if he's kind of cute or similar features to me or anything like that, and, like, you know, I'll look at a guy's chest and it just fucking makes me so fucking angry. Like, it makes me want to punch a wall and just, like, lose it. I can't, like, I've moved on from a point of being sad about it and feeling down on myself and feeling mopey about it, and onto a place of just anger and frustration and why? You know, why couldn't I just fucking be born with what I was supposed to? It's unfair. You know, and I see cis guys, you know, walking down the street and just, you don't know how fucking easy you have it. You know, and oh my god. Yeah. And especially now that I'm starting to notice things like male privilege, you know, and like I would gladly deal with all the other aspects of being trans and never having male privilege. I don't even want it now. And looking female on the outside, or I don't know, like, I can deal with having to do all the other things, testosterone or whatever, to get me where I need to be. I can get over all of that. But the cock envy, I don't know. Like, maybe, I don't know, maybe a meta is more likely to be in my future than I thought. You know, I had some misconceptions about how advanced it really is, and, you know, I mean, it's still not perfect, but it is better than what I thought, and I found out through somebody's YouTube that, I think Charles Asher, I think it was his video that I saw, that apparently you can get a meta first and then get a fallow later if you choose to, so maybe that would be something to keep in mind, you know, to possibly get a meta, and then, you know, down the road, if they come out with something better or they advance the fallow enough, even then, you know, like, it's wishful thinking, it's all hypothetical, it's all, maybe someday if some doctor, I just know that I'm beyond frustrated with this. And, yeah. Fuck everything.